Good evening and welcome to my journal number 8. Journal number 8. Today it was a very bad day, which gives me a lot of things to discuss about. But before anything else, just wanted to say that I haven't journaled a lot of things for the past few days because I'm quite busy. I procrastinated most of the time. I tried my best to journal, but every time I think about it, I feel a little tired. And of course, today we're going to talk about something very important about about my my past few hours of me having a bad day. So first and foremost, I woke up at 7:30 a.m. and then we were supposed to have a graduation orientation that is included that is supposed to make your family included. I couldn't tell my mom because he was heading to jogging, and then he went on a he went I went so quick that I thought I'd be late, but I couldn't do much about it. I forgot a lot of things to do, such as playing a piano in the morning. That's what I wanted to do. But in times of being late, it wasn't a problem actually, but the problem is that what was my purpose of doing here? I was supposed to head to gym while ago, but but in types of coincidence, I found my friend, my classmates, and I couldn't do much about it since already been go. They were already in front of me, so I managed to go along with them. Um, we went to computer shop together, which I was suffering actually. The sufferings that I took was a bit too comforting, gives me a little bit of pressure of me saying that this is fun. Yes, that's who I am. I'm the type of person who thinks that I'm suffering from comfort. That's who I am. And after that, I went home. And no, I didn't went home. I buy snacks. I buy food first because I was too hungry, and I couldn't take it anymore because it's too far. My home is too far from my school. I told you that before, but I didn't actually. But it's hard for me to stay being hungry on jeep jeepneys because most of the time I get a little bit too carried away on seeing a lot of things. Like last day, I got tempted by my classmate to buy some bread, and it was delicious. Yes, it was worth it, but it cost me 30 pesos, which I regret because I just went to buy a banana, and that is enough for me. But still, I was still hungry, and I was trying to save my money for the gym. Yes, and I'm not only that, but I'm also trying my best to save my money for Vitamilk expenses, transportations. That's what I do whenever I had. But I tried my best to write down all the things that I caught, I bought, and I was surprised, and because it took me 200 pesos, 230 pesos. It cost me 200 30 pesos one day, and according to my calculations, I've been spending a lot of money for 200 pesos daily. So I spend a lot, yes. I learned that I need to save my money. But in terms of being a spender, I also spend a lot of things, from temptations like foods. Food is quite tempting, but I wouldn't say that it's not a bad thing either, because food can give you nutritious, yes. And back to what I did lately. So yes, I went home and ate. I didn't eat at home, but I slept. And before I slept, I played a game called Mobile Legends, which I tried my best to constantly head into another rank. Yes, and after playing, I fell asleep, thinking that I need to take a rest because I lack sleep. Yeah, and I've been doing a lot of things recently, so most of the time I needed to sleep. And then after waking up at 6:30 a.m., my my housemate was unexpectedly mad at me because of not doing chore, such a simple task. Yes, they were thinking that I'm a lazy person, not saying that I needed to do something, but I wouldn't actually think that I needed to go I needed to go do a simple task because I was sleeping. And how can I do a task when I'm sleeping? I was tired actually. They didn't think that I was tired. And then they think that even though I left school early, just because even though that I left school early, thinking that they think that I'm not really that tired because of what I do. Yes, of me going to school, heading to school, leaving to school early. Sorry, and they think that I'm not tired. So they manage to say that I'm I don't contribute to anything at all, because they think that I'm just sleeping, I'm just doing something in my room. Well, actually, what I think about this is that they wanted to educate me about something, but I'm also educating myself. I'm also taking a rest because rest is important, yes. And I wanted to try my very best on chasing my 8 hours of sleep. But the term but the thing is that they wanted to keep letting me do a lot of their task, and it sounds quite irrational. Not saying that they're irrational, but it sounds quite irrational because I'm doing something. I'm reading books, I'm doing assignments, I'm a student who does anything, uh, to learn a lot of things, and thinking that I needed to rest. And yes, rest is important, but why would you let me do something that I also do? Like, I wash plates, I also clean sometimes, I also clean the house. And is that not enough for them? Yeah. But they said that I actually didn't said that. I was thinking about that, but they said that for us it was for us to let us do some responsibilities, let us face responsibilities in real life. But I thought myself that I never take advices from someone, because if I took advices from them, if I took advices from them, I'll become like them. So advice is from something that makes me feel rational. I'll take them. But this, sure, I'll take them. But I'm not going to say that I'll completely inherit them, completely absorb them from what I needed to, because that is not a part of me. I'm not the type of person who cleans a lot. Yes, but I'm trying my best to learn something, not to clean a lot, because I thought to myself that I clean a lot, clean the car, and I also type think that I was an egotist person, because I thought that I can clean the I can do the tasks that they are trying to provide, and I'm just not doing it because I'm quite busy nowadays. So when in terms of being so irrational, yes, that's how I met irrational thinking. Sometimes it just feels a bit too cool for me to understand a lot of things, a lot of disciplined things. I just don't want to be like them, because I also thought a while ago I cried. I tried to prevent myself from thinking that I'm crying, as you could tell that I'm still weak. Yes, I'm still weak on this type of level. I'm 17 years old and I'm still weak. Yes, that's me. But thinking that, comparing my family to other families, that's what I thought nowadays. I cried a lot because my classmates' family is much more better than my family, because they think I think that their family is very kind, without anything that gives us fear. That's who they are. As for my family, they give fear and discipline, yes. But after that, after I thought of that, I realized that growth kills fear. So I'm trying my best not to think about what I think about what they said earlier. I tried my best to prevent myself from crying once again, because I thought that it kills fear. Yes, I learned that from something. So right now, I'm trying my best to do my assignment in order to prevent myself from doing a lot of things recently, and in order to prevent myself from doing this. Hold on. My screen is laggy. Yeah, in order to prevent myself from doing something that is quite rational. No, not rational. Was that it earlier? Hold on. But that's all. That's it. Yes, that's it. And for the daily start today, oh, I wanted to know this. This is what I learned actually. I know it's quite a while now for me doing some daily journals, but I'll try to be consistent as quickly as possible. On May 2nd, be the person you wanted to be. Archer is highly unlikely to hit a target that she did not aim for. Same goes for you. Whatever your target, you are certain to miss a target if you don't bother to draw about and fire. Our perceptions and principles guide us in selections of what we did, what we want. But ultimately, our actions determine whether we get there or not. So yes, spend some time, real uninterrupted time, thinking about what is important to you, what your priorities are, and then work toward it and forsake all others. It's enough to wish and hope. One must act, not act right, and act right. Sorry, irrational. So what I learned from this is that we should prioritize something that we needed to, we admire, such as playing the piano. Playing the piano is something that is my hobby, and me trading, yes, trading is my dream career, and I like trading, yes, and also me reading books. I prioritize these three. Not and I wouldn't forget writing, speaking, and thinking logically. That's what I wouldn't forget, because there are I there are four things that I do. I do what I love. I do what I can be paid for. I do what the world needs. I do forgot the one, but do what you love, do what you can be paid for, do what the world needs, do what hold on. There. So do what you love, do what you are good at, do what you can be paid for, and do what the world needs. Those four things gives me a thinking of a consistency, which I cycle all of them each and every month. Example, if I wanted to do trading, I do trading first. So that I put that hobby into a priority, and I prioritize that hobby for only a month, and then I do the same thing to another hobby, such as playing a piano, and then I do the same thing on philosophy, on reading, and I'll do the same thing on writing, reading, and no, not writing, thinking logically, and speaking. So, if you can see right now, I'm trying my best to speak clearly, because it's also what I love. I wanted to speak clearly. I wanted to help people in order for them to prevent themselves from being like me. Actually, yeah, in order to prevent themselves from thinking negatively. Yeah, that's just like that. So that's all for today. The video is quite long, and I'm sorry about a long video. I just wanted to vent. I just wanted to rant all the bad things that happened today. And today I'm going to do my assignment for now, because I'm still sick, and it's a quite difficult one. So I do hope that you're also trying to be consistent in when you wanted to become a person you wanted to be, and I hope you don't give up, because I almost gave up a while ago, and I tried my best to get up on a bed, because I'm trying to procrastinate most of the time. So you have to fight your way of procrastinating, your way of laziness. I read this. Wait, this is the art of laziness. Yes, you have to read this book as well if you are trying to be if you are trying to become a lazy person. So that is all. Thank you for watching, and good night.